Welcome back, and we're so glad to have you back with us. As you can see, we made a slight change. Blake decided to move out and let his boss come in. I think that's very accommodating. And we have with us Kathleen Dussault.
Yes.
And she's been with us before, and when she was brand new, but now she's really experienced. So this is fantastic to have her back. And she's going to tell us a lot about what's going on in the world of veterans. And by the way, she's the deputy director, and she carries a lot of clout. In addition to being a retired admiral, Navy admiral, not an Army admiral, not an Air Force admiral, not a Marine admiral, a Navy admiral. And so for all you Navy guys out there, guys and girls, Kathleen is here, and we are so glad to have her as part of this program. So Kathleen, welcome.
Well, thank you so much.
Glad to have you on our program. So what are we going to talk about this session?
Well, I think we're going to talk about a number of things that Blake alluded to, and that Brandi is very familiar with. It's I really wanted to be back on your show because I had a great time last time.
I'm glad you did. So
I kind of muscled Blake to the side, and I said, let me be on there.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm a proud Navy veteran, and we say haze gray and underway, and so Brandi is my shipmate here, and I always like to spend some quality time with her. I think during the last segment she gave a really good discussion of some of the things that we're trying to do to really amplify the kind of work she does. We have veteran services officers throughout the state, but we, the state, only employ 12 of them.
Okay.
And we have almost 300,000 veterans, and anything we can do to expand our capability to reach out, as Blake was talking about, we're going to try to do. And Brandi talked about the Nevada Veterans Advocate Program that we have, which is to build as many as we hope 5,000 volunteers within the next couple years to amplify what Brandi and her 11 colleagues do.
Oh, great.
So now, as a matter of fact, Alice Lubers,
yes,
who is a proud Army veteran,
yes,
and a health professional, she felt the need to stay engaged with the veterans community, and she sought Brandi out and said, hey, I want to help any way I can. And that's really the basis behind the Nevada Veterans Advocate Program.
And let me say, too, Alice is also a member of the Veterans Advisory Committee for the town of Pahrump.
Oh.
So, yeah, she's very well known in the community, and knowing that she's working with Brandi just enhances that.
That's absolutely right. And as a matter of fact, I mention Alice because she just got a very coveted award. She is she's the Nevada Veterans Advocate of the Year.
Oh, great.
For the entire year. So we're very proud to have her as a part of our ranks, and it's more folks like Brandi that we want to have who can assist our VSOs. Our VSOs go to school for 3 years, right?
Yes, ma'am.
To represent veterans and just to be knowledgeable about all the things that veterans need to know. Our Nevada Veterans Advocates are their assistants.
Okay.
So any way that an advocate can help in terms of maybe scheduling appointments, representing the state at events that Pahrump has. What's the next event that Pahrump's going to have?
Off the top of my head,
a rodeo or something?
Probably.
Because I could compete.
Oh, mercy.
I could do something like that. But our veterans advocates can help out in so many different ways,
okay,
and just allow Brandi to spend her time on the really hard parts of representing our veterans in terms of their formal benefits. And our veterans actually sign a power of attorney with you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Not too much as far as civilian power of attorney, so to speak. It just allows us to represent them and their families for benefits with the VA benefit side of the house. So it's not a civilian power of attorney or anything binding or restricting of that nature. So I can't.
But it gives you the authority to represent that veteran.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
I won't go out and buy a car or a ranch or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to back up a little because you talked about Alice receiving that award. Has that something that's been presented through the county commissioners?
Not yet. We presented 2 awards during the workshop. One was for the individual, which was Miss Alice, and one was for organization or group, which was the Catholic War Veteran. So Miss Alice had other engagements at that time, so she hasn't yet received hers. So this may be news to her as well.
Oh, okay. Well,
What better way to get this news than on your show,
That's
Dr.
right.
Waters?
That's fantastic. But I'd also like, if possible, to have the commissioners present that during one of the commissioner meetings.
That'd be fabulous. Boy, that would just underline what an achievement that is.
Outstanding, yes.
And you know how Pahrump is just such a wonderful supporter of their veteran citizens.
This is great. Okay, I didn't want to interrupt, but we want to let people know when they get a pat on the back. We want to make sure everybody knows about it.
Especially with Alice. She's a large help in the NVA program or the Veterans Advocate program. She's the epitome of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have a number of additional things that we're doing to reach out to veterans. And Blake, again, did a great job in talking about some of the relationships that we're building with colleges to use their facilities for telecommuting and teleconferencing with our vets. And again, that really more efficiently uses Brandi's time in terms of being able to meet with veterans in a virtual manner. One of the other things we're doing is we're stationing our veteran services officers at some of the aging and disability rehabilitation centers throughout the state. Because as you know, there are a number of veterans who are not in our veterans home in Boulder, but they're in retirement centers, and it'd be great to be able to have that kind of access to our veteran services officers. So,
can you give some examples of some of the places? Not necessarily free advertising, but maybe some of the places where we have veterans that Brandi has, or you have, or Blake has
Any
gone
of
through.
our, without mentioning names specifically, but any of our senior living facilities, whether it's independent all the way down to the facilities we have that required skilled nursing or what have you.
Yeah.
We see a large variety of not only veterans, but their spouses that may be entitled to benefits that they're
So
not
family
aware of.
members as well.
yes, oh, absolutely.
This is great information, and I'll bet there are a lot of people out there that did not know that.
Yes, sir.
So again, if they have questions about this, who can they call or who can they contact?
They can contact me in this area, and I span all the way down to the Las Vegas office, or I can get them to the right area, so to speak. They can reach me at 702-224-6025, or the local number at 775-751-6372.
And you're in your office 3 times a week here in Pahrump.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, from what time?
From 8 to 5.
8 to 5. So Brandi's here. I hope you wrote down those numbers. If you have any questions, this is for veterans and family members because they're here to help all of you. So as I stated earlier, write down these numbers, make those calls, and let them know, look, I heard about this and I'd like more information. That's what they're here for. Okay.
One of the other things on the horizon that I think is going to be pretty important for our Nevada veterans is influencing the legislature in terms of bills and programs that should be included in the next cycle.
Okay.
So on April 16th, we're going to have a Veterans Legislation Symposium at the Cannery Hotel, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and it's at 8 o'clock in the morning, lasts through 12:30. And this, again, is an opportunity for veterans organizations and individual veterans to show up and to talk about things that they'd like to see the Nevada legislature pass in the future that will enhance veterans' ability to fit into our communities, enhance their wellness and their health benefits. Some other really big issues of employment and education. It's just a great opportunity to have your representatives hear what's on your mind. And one of the powerful voices is really some of the veteran services organizations that already advocate on behalf of our veterans, like the VFW, like the DAV. You know, there are a number of American Legion, of course, absolutely. And they've been invited to come and speak at this symposium.
And what's the date on that again?
It's April 16th.
Okay, April 16th.
So not that far away. Yeah.
In Las Vegas.
There will be one in Las Vegas and also one in Sparks, and that was on the flyer as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
And interestingly enough, when you hear about the work that our legislators do, sometimes you ask, well, I wonder how effective my voice is. Mm-hmm. And last legislative symposium, there were a number of bills and actions that were recommended, and 75% of them were passed in the last legislature.
Well, that's fantastic.
So that's what we're hoping will happen again at this legislative symposium.
Okay. I know some of the bills. I followed some of them, and I think it's fantastic that you're doing this again. Now, as we wind down, is there anything you'd like to do in our closing sessions?
Well, Brandi, what do you think?
I just can't emphasize enough, if they're not sure if they have benefits coming to them, just get in contact with us or either our MVAs, just ask. I'd rather them know than wonder and not use them. So just get in contact with us some way, somehow. I'll find a way to get to them. I'm pretty good at that.
Okay, ask the questions. You've got the phone numbers, you've got the names, you've got people that are out here willing to help you. So veterans and families of veterans, you've got the numbers. Go ahead, let's contact them, and let's get all of your questions answered.
Yes, sir.
There is no question that should not be asked. You've earned the benefits, you've got the benefits, use your benefits. And as we wind down, I just want to say thank you both, and thanks to Blake for allowing just to come on the show and tell our veterans everything that you're doing for them.
And thank you for having us.
And thank you for listening, because this is what it's all about. And we want to thank you, and we want you to come back for the next session.